International Day of Women and Girls in Science. What would you like to say to our self-raggers about that particular day, Stuart Shanker?
Well, I thought I would tell you about my wife. My wife is not a scientist. My wife was a financial analyst and an investment advisor, and was in the industry for 35 years, eventually became a vice president of her firm. And every single step of the way, she had to fight against what were these obstacles only because she was a woman. And it didn't have to be that way. It should have been, it should have been that her skills and her enthusiasm were encouraged and nurtured and acknowledged. And then I see exactly the same thing happening with my daughter. And I thought, we're in the 21st century. Surely we have gone beyond this. Surely my kids' precocious skills in science will be nurtured, will be acknowledged, will be seen for what they are, a human being who is exceptional. But that's not been the case. And she's had to fight every bit as hard as her mom has had to fight. But things are changing. They're not changing as fast as I'd like, but they are changing. And we are committed, Susan and I, Susan's sort of the poster child for making this change. So this is a principle at the very heart of all the work we're doing at both the Merit Center and Self-Rate Global.
So I laugh because I don't know if I feel like I'm the poster child, but let me say to all that I really want to speak to the girls out there and anyone who identifies as female, and that we need a world, that is embracing every bit of the science, every bit of the thinking, the ability to think across different areas of science and bring into, we just spoke again about social justice issues. And so enough time has come, and do not let, I love the saying.
I love that.
I love the saying says who, and honesty says who. And, it's important to
that's great.
Look back in history. One of my favorite, I'm just going to recommend, I often don't pitch books, but I'm going to tell you one. Rebel Girls, the whole Rebel Girls series is fabulous. And it is a book that I read there's several of them, and I read them with my daughter, and they're all about these amazing women, which there are other books out there. But what I like about this is the sort of the rebel, there's some in there that might surprise you, some in there that you're like, whoa, right? Full of scientists, full of all sorts of women and girls, leaving their mark on this world in different kind of ways. So embrace, look back, find out the women, find out that, you'll know some of these stories because you've been taught them, and you've been, told about the woman who, that whatever that was they found or created or did was quietly, credit was taken by others. And so these stories are important to understand. Find out about the women in different cultures in different parts of the world who created and solved real life problems and made the world better for someone in some kind of way. Find out that history, because it's important to understand where where we've been. Look at it, what Stuart is saying about things are changing. Yeah, and I think so. And yet at the same time, we got to say, oh, not fast enough.
Yeah.
Not fast enough, not fast enough, not fast enough. Where can I stand up? Where can I advocate? Moms and dads and grandmas and aunties, advocate for your kids. Advocate, like this says who. Okay, so thank you. Happy, celebrating on this day and every day of the year, really, the amazing girls and women and all those who identify as such in our lives. Thank you.